Hello.
Good. Just checking if the sound was working. Here's the deal. I just, the other day, I will admit that I did receive an email from a couple people that were saying, you know, that this isn't going to happen and you can't do this. And a couple emails that were negative and rejecting, and they were, just really rude emails. And I got a couple emails that, sort of demonstrated that the plan that I have set in place is not going to happen. And what is that plan? The plan is, and I've said this more than once, but the plan is that there are certain people in this world who happen to be famous on YouTube to the extent that they happen to have a variety of features available to them more than other people. And they also have something physical called a YouTube play button, and it comes in multiple forms: silver, bronze, and I most recently saw one that was black. And you get this award because of the number of followers or subscribers that you have. And that's the only reason that you can get it. So, that's just what I want to say. And I've already made a little video about this before. But I'm making this video to let you know that I have made a promise to myself that this would happen. And what's going to happen exactly? Anyone with this object, it's going to get taken away from them. I will not have anyone knocking on my door and trying to fight with me about this and trying to argue against me about this and try to stop it. I make my point clear. And I am not going to back down. Anything that proves against what I want is emotionally and mentally draining. It is not right. It is, unnecessary and a waste of my breath, energy, and time, a waste of your breath, energy, and time. And it really shouldn't happen. I'm pretty open-hearted. And I'm pretty understanding of a lot of things. I am, not going to tolerate people who have something that they do not deserve to have and celebrating it. celebrating it, showing it off, rubbing it into people's faces, and fueling the fire of narcissism. Fueling the fire of narcissism. And narcissism is a major problem in today's society. I am not a narcissist. I am not a narcissist. And I do not believe in this because it is not right. This is going to happen regardless. Plans have already been arranged, or they should be. I do not want to be that person who is painted as the one who's being selfish. Really, here's the deal. If you believe in your truth that you're being right with what you're saying, that you do right, that you say right, and you have confidence and love for yourself, blame other people for taking that away and making you look selfish or spoiled. I am not selfish or spoiled. There are people that turn me into that. And that's sort of put into my consciousness. And I don't want to perceive myself like that. Problem is, that's just the truth. So I am going to have people carry out this particular deed. And then something else will have to be done. I really don't know, but as far as what I planned, I'm going to have this happen. Now, it's important to, be accepting of what you do not have. But it is way more important that you live in a world where people, are not idiots. A world that's not filled with illogical creators of a video sharing company. Their logic is flawed. They do not have practical, grounded, legitimate logic for what they decide to do. I mean, yeah, it makes sense and it's simple. But then again, you do have to kind of think about, wow, I would get a knock on the doorbell. I would see a delivery truck pull up to my house, and I would receive a reward, not for my own efforts. But the only reason I'm receiving that award is because of what I did and what other people gave to me. And that is absolutely pathetic and absolutely ridiculous. It isn't anything other than that. I mean, it's a lot of things, but it certainly isn't right. It certainly isn't fair. And those people certainly do not deserve to have this. They do not deserve to have this award. They deserve to have a nice meal and a celebration or a party or whatever they want to do, but they do not deserve to have this ridiculous thing. And anyone who shows it off will be removed from my mention. Anyone who wants to rub into other people's faces that they have it will be removed. I am looking at 2 people who will be removed from my mention. And it really makes me sad. It really makes me sad, and it's very hard to do this. Because the connections that were formed between these 2 people were immense. And I have to let them go because they did something that is idiotic and wrong. They decided to show this off. That's what they did wrong to the whole world. I'm going to let them go. I have the 2 people in mind. I'm going to let them go. If you show it off, you are not allowed to set foot in my mention. Period. You're not allowed to set foot in my mention. Anyone who also uses any feature that I do not currently have available to me on YouTube is not allowed to set foot in my mention. Because I will not tolerate it. You know, I'm pretty tolerant. I'm pretty understanding. I'm pretty fair-minded. And I believe that people, should have, nice things or whatever they want to have. But not with strings attached to it. They shouldn't just get it and show off something that was given to them by a system that does not know, like doesn't have its head straight on. I mean, it's as simple as that. I mean, putting the spirituality aside for now. The head straight on and right and wrong. That's what I'm talking about. Now, I will acknowledge that I am sort of stepping away from spirituality in that moment. Because I happened to witness a movie that I was watching about a, really mean father who is inhibiting his daughter and not allowing her to do what she was passionate about. And he said, screw your head on straight. I mean, I didn't agree with that. I do not agree or believe in taking away what brings people joy. But that should not bring you joy. What should bring you joy is, the videos itself. So many other things. But not that. You shouldn't, do not place meaning and importance on this ridiculous thing. Do not do that. Do not do that. Because it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And you have lost quite a bit of my respect. Yeah. I mean, if you show it off, if you go as far as holding it in your hand or, showing pictures of it to your friends, you've lost my respect. That's it. If I see it in your possession, in your hands, in your, house and in your life, you've lost my respect. When it gets taken away from you for the better, you will regain my respect. But until then, you've lost it. I am referring to two people that I know of that have come to my attention. Now, I could sit here and name them, but I'm struggling to do so because I don't feel that it's right. But you know who you are. You know who you are if you showed this thing off. Let me tell you something. You know who you are. You have lost my respect. And you're gone from my menton. There's still a lot of people who are here and deserve to be here. But you know who you are. If you're guilty, I'm not guilty, but if you're guilty, you've lost my respect and you're gone. Because you have the choice of whether or not you want to give in to this stupid, I'm not going to even say the word, system. I mean, I was going to say the word, but I don't curse. So I didn't say the word. But I was going to say, what I was trying to get at is, the, the word. You know the word. I shouldn't even have to say it. I mean, it should be so obvious that I shouldn't even have to say it anyway. So yeah, I believe that people should go what they want and be free to, do what they want to do. But those people, and I shouldn't say those same people, nobody deserves that. If I ever receive it, I will throw it. I will throw it and dispose of it. Or I'll take it and bury it and put it away. Or I will say to a person, I can't accept this. Or something. Especially if you talk about astrology and spirituality. I know somebody who showed this object. And let me show you again. Let me just reiterate it. Let me just reiterate how infuriating this is. Let me just show you this. And you'll find that I have not unfollowed her for good reason. So let me show you this. What's infuriating is that this person said, everyone's special, therefore no one's special. I find it very hard to believe that this person would want an Aquarian society where people are free to be themselves, things are just, things are equal, everyone's, and everyone an age of peace, an age of love, an age of, being who you are, connecting with others, bringing your own contribution to community, sharing what you want to share and all those kind of things. And, loving yourself, feeling secure within yourself. What else? I mean, so much more. Point is, the truth is, everyone's special, therefore no one's special. Practice what you preach. It's really sad that this person is a hypocrite. A hypocrite. I mean, you say one thing and then you do another thing. You say everyone's special, therefore no one's special, and then you go off showing this thing off. I'm not talking because maybe I'm allowing it to sink in just how ridiculous it is. Isn't it unbelievable? That person by person who decides that they want to take the leap and share with other people their content, and then some of that interest and values gets impurified and gets distorted and sort of put through a strainer. And then this is a problem. Narcissism. Fame of, okay, I want something because somebody else has it, and etc., etc., comparisonitis, all these things. Be mindful of what you're doing, and that you're not perpetuating and fueling that flame and fire. Now, the fact that this should mean anything to somebody given the circumstances is ridiculous. It is just a plaque. That's all it is. Shouldn't mean anything. And it should not mean anything. Have the attitude that it doesn't mean anything, because guess what? It's going to be taken away from you before too long. That is inevitable. And if you want to come to me and say, you know what, don't worry about it, I will just get rid of it. Well, fine. That is fine. Get rid of it. And then I will just sit around and I will wait for the apology later on. I'll just wait because I know that eventually, somebody will come back around to me and apologize and talk it out with me and, do all those kind of things. So, I will just be waiting around for that. And, well, I mean, really, I hate to say this, but I'm going to say this. I am doing so many people so much good. Not only for your sakes, but so many other people in the world. So many other people. We're talking the world that has access to the internet and social media. We are doing them a favor. A small favor, a small token that we care about them and we care about them having a good, legitimate value system. And if you care about your followers, about other people, then get rid of it. Particularly if you talk about astrology and spirituality, people should not see that. People will not see it. If you haven't shown it yet and you want to, guess what? Well, I mean, here's the deal. That's the other thing that I didn't really think about, actually, just until, recently. I mean, if you do fall into that category of people who have shown it off, I'm sorry, but guess what? There's another catch. Not only will those people come in and get rid of it, but they will make sure that you remove whatever piece of content that you have shown that off. And you may have to sit through and look through all your videos and stuff and do that. Well, that may just have to be the case. Privatize it, keep it to yourself, or remove it. So that's also going to be the case. So I should also add that into the mix as well. So it looks like I'm going to have to find somebody else to watch my weekly astrology. Yeah, it's sad. But, that really says a lot about a person. That really does. It really does. I mean, it's sort of strangled and dense. I mean, good grief. Would they qualify to go to the bad place? Well, I mean, it depends. But, I mean, what can I say? So, yeah. I'm disappointed, and I'm not happy. And it hurts to break these kind of connections. But if you're not going to align with not only what I believe, but what's right or wrong, if you're not going to fulfill that or be in alignment with that, well, that's what's going to happen. Sad. It's really sad. I mean, if we do not live in a world of empowerment, what world do we live in? I mean, if you can't empower yourself to make the money, well, you know what? And here's the deal. Oh, well, doesn't it make sense? You get it because of the followers you have, because of the content that you produce. Yeah, it does make sense, but you know what? Just because something makes sense doesn't mean that it's right. Doesn't mean that it is, like, worth it. I mean, all it means is you're continuing to create people that will do all of that for followers, for this, for all that, because of the meaning that they put to those things as opposed to what's actually important. None of those things are important. Having the plaque is not important at all. Not at all. So, quit trying to make it a big deal. And you won't have that long to do so because it'll be taken away. Now, in terms of people going against that, well, you're going to be taken out of my mention. You're going to be taken and walked out of my mention. Literally. Taken out of my mention. If you go against what I have set in place to happen, you will be taken out of my mention. And when you come back, people will ask you, what are your reasons for coming here? And you're going to get a lie detector test. And if you're lying and your reasons for coming here are actually to fight me on this, well, guess what? You're not going to be allowed to come in at that time. So yeah, there will be a lie detector test when it comes to your motives and intentions for coming to my mentor. So yeah, that's set in place too. What else? What else? If you send me any emails, I will delete them as soon as I read them and find out that what you're writing is against this. I don't believe in this. I don't want to be a dictator. I do not want to be large and in charge in this kind of a way. I don't want to be like this. I really don't. But guess what? Given the choice between this and then doing nothing about what's wrong, I think I have a pretty good, solid, strong answer to that. So I hope that I have made it clear enough and made it deliberate enough and official enough and loud enough. I do not need to be humbled. I'm pretty well aware of what I'm doing and what I'm saying. I don't need to be told what I know already and what I'm aware of. I don't need to be humbled. Another thing you can check off the list of a belief of mine that was just, changed. It's because of the externals. Not because of me internally, but because of the external world. So, you know, that's what's going to happen. Like it or not, that's what's going to happen. Too bad if you like it, too bad if you love it, too bad if you just got it, too bad if it means something to you. I guess it's too bad. Lose your attachment. Oh, and here's another thing that just popped into my mind. If you take a picture, guess what? Those people will also make sure that you delete all the videos and pictures of it. So they'll also do that. You will be asked to take out your phone, to take out your computer, and delete all of the evidence, the videos and pictures of that ridiculous play button. All of them. You will be asked or forced to do that. That is going to be how it is going to be. I'm sorry, but that is going to have to be the way it's going to be, because I am saying that. And I have the final word. It is final, and it's going to happen regardless. So be prepared. Or, again, throw it away, get rid of it. Remove it. Save yourself the pain or sorrow or struggle of the whole experience. So, yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. But I'm really mad about this. And this is one of the few things that I feel passionate about right now. And I don't need this just taken away from me. Like so many other things have been taken away from me. I've destroyed those things, or impaired those things, or whatever. So I am irritated, and I am angry, and I am frustrated. So hopefully this is not going to be all in vain. Hopefully this is not going to be all for naught. And if I make this video, and everything that I'm saying is all for naught, the people responsible will be put in jail, or they will be shipped off to an island. Yep. Anyone responsible for making what I'm saying to be all for naught and it doesn't happen the way that it should happen, guess what? You're going to be in jail. You're going to be on an island, isolated, or, something else. But point is, there will be consequences, and there will be a punishment and a heavy price to pay. I guarantee you that. So do not go down that road. Do not dig that hole in the ground. And do what is right. Doing what I'm doing, not to be mean, not to be this, but because it is just right. Period. No if, and, or buts about it. Bye.